Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on cryptocurrencies. So recently you could see the significant impact on all markets because of the release of the CPI report, which was really decisive. And those of you who read our weekly reports, fundamental reports on Forex market and the gold market, probably know that we have discussed this topic and how important the inflation will be in the nearest few months for all, as markets, as for central banks and Fed in particular. And that explains why the release of the CPI has so big impact on markets across the board, including the cryptocurrencies. Before the report, you can see the impulse and the momentum on the market was really strong, and actually nothing has promised to show the big reversal on the cryptocurrencies. But in general, from a technical point of view, and last time we already discussed the possible retracement that we could try to use for taking the long position. Currently, on the longer term charts, as you can see on the monthly chart, market is still coiling around the major top, and releasing of the CPI numbers now brings some barriers for market to pass through this area. So it could take a bit more time for market to follow to the upside. So on the lower time frame on the weekly chart, here is actually market is still coiling around the major OP that we have here. So recall this target, this A, B, C bottom. With this spike up, market hits the OP, major destination point in market is still coiling around. So chances on some pullback, on some retracement here still exist. So it could follow. At least we should be ready for that, especially in the light of the recent CPI report, which has brought some bearish momentum on the market, and that could last for some time. So maybe some deeper retracement could happen, at least on the intraday charts. That's particularly what we're interested in currently. On a daily chart, you could see that market has formed a reversal candle. Actually, it has not reached the target of the bottom level, just few bucks. So actually it is around 69.50 and stop was 69 even. So it's just minor gap stands to the major target here. So market right now not stands at ever but it has formed a bearish reversal action. And actually this drop mostly has erased the previous upward action. So it means that short-term momentum is still strong. And before taking the long position, we need to get some bullish signs that market indeed intend to keep going higher. So what's important here is take a look. That market retest the previous top has been broken. So it has dropped below it, now stands above it. So here we need to wait for a few moments and actually watching for a few possible patterns that well, mutually exclusive. So first of all, on the daily chart, we could keep an eye on the grabber. And if bullish grabber will be formed here, that will be at least something that we could try to use, taking the position based on the grabber, because it led us to place very tight stops, because it could become the reason why the market could reverse up and keep going higher. At least on the Bitcoin, it is not as sensitive to the inflation reports, at least before that. And overall momentum and sentiment on the market stands positive. And that's why it might be very short-term reaction. This is the first moment that we need to keep an eye on the Bitcoins on the daily chart. This is the grabber. On the lower time frames, take a look at the performance. So market has dropped, hasn't quite reached the XOP, and it now stands in the confidence support area on the 4-hour time frame chart. Here we also see some local support resistance areas, it's previous support as well, so it stands at the major support. And now the major question is whether we will get some deeper A, B, C top D pattern to the next support, maybe somewhere to the 62, or market will be able to just reestablish upward action right from the current level. So that's the reason why we also need to keep an eye on the grabber on the daily chart. So if we will get grabber there and we stand in the confidence, so that's probably could provide sufficient context to make an attempt to take the long position here. Alternatively, If we will not get any grabber, we need to keep an eye on a possible deeper retracement. And for that purpose, first of all, let's take a look at the short-term chart. This is 5-minute chart on the Bitcoin. Here, as you can see, nice bullish engulfing pattern and reaction on the strong support area has been formed. This is confluence, and you can see market has dropped and just jumped up immediately. It reminds some kind of the Russian rinse action. As a result, you could treat it as a Gartley steeple too, as I draw it here, or you could use it just as an engulfing pattern, trying to calculate this A, B, C bottom target. Anyway, it will be around 66.80, so it agrees with the major 618 level. So we need to keep an eye on what will happen there, because it could be retracement right to this point, and then it could be second leg of retracement to start down. So that's two moments that we need to keep an eye on the Bitcoin. First of all, on the daily chart, we are watching for possible bullish grabber within the few sessions. If it will be formed, it makes our life much simpler, and decision making will be more simple. If not, and here we will see the gradual action without any thrusting upward acceleration. So it will be gradual upward action right to the 68 area. That might become the point where a second leg of retracement will start. In this case, we will get some kind of the A, B, C top T pattern with the target around 62. That will be the next level that we will keep an eye on for position taking. So currently at this moment, right now, we do not see enough reasons to buy Bitcoin immediately. So it would be better to wait for some clarity.